Hi there! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these beautiful paper cone wreaths. I've got a couple versions done. This one has this gorgeous paper. I do have this paper for sale on my website. I did the paper, and then there's just a layer of crepe paper that I kind of bunched up and glued down, and then I sprayed it with glimmer mist. And then I did a large fan medallion out of a music sheet paper. And last, out of chipboard or cardboard, I cut out this word joy and then I glittered it. On the back, there's just a circle base with a ribbon for hanging. How cute is that? This is another version I did. This one is completely out of old music sheet paper. It's a little smaller. This, again, a piece of cardboard. I cut a star shape out, glittered it, and then I made a little paper banner that says Happy Holidays. It's all been glimmer mist. Again, I've got a nice little ribbon for hanging. And the third one that I've made so far, I also have this beautiful paper, this Christmas tree paper, I think it's called Evergreen, for sale on my website, and I mixed it with the music sheet paper. And this one I built up a little more so it wasn't so fat, and then I just put in some Prima leaves and little holly prigs, and then I took a little bit of the music sheet paper and rolled it up a little bit for the inside. And again, on the back, another round base and thick ribbon for hanging. So today I am going to do one out of, let me grab a sheet of paper, this gorgeous paper. It's going to be a Halloween themed wreath. I've got this paper for sale on my website. It is called Eerie. This is the back side. Gorgeous paper. So, first thing you need to do is cut out a bunch of squares. I'm doing a fluffier wreath, and so I'm going to have many different sizes of paper cut out. This is a 4.5 by 4.5. This is a 4-inch, and then this one I think was 3-inch. And I do have some 3.5 as well. The more of these that you roll up, the quicker you'll be. And you can do it however you want, whatever feels right for you. I just start by kind of folding one corner in, just a little bit, and kind of pressing it just to give it a nice roll. And then I'll do the same with the other side, just a little bit to kind of give it that look. And then I take my ATG gun and run a glue strip. You can use anything. Now keep in mind, when you're using a heavier cardstock like this, you're going to need a strong glue, and there's times it might even pop open. But when I get to building my wreath, if I see that there's a problem, I will take a little bit of hot glue and secure these down pretty good. But for a good starting point, any kind of tape gun works great. So then you just press that close and you've got a cone. Now as you see, this one, I don't know if you can see that, it's not perfect, but that doesn't matter because you're not going to see the very center of your wreath. Now you can punch these up so that they're skinny, flatten it. I mean, it's just all how you want your wreath to turn out. So let me do a 3.5 inch one. And I'm going to try to go fast because it's really hard to fit a tutorial into 15 minutes because that's the limit on YouTube for a video post. So I'm going to try to get this all done in my 15 minutes. So there's that one. And then a small one. And you'll also notice I didn't bring this up before. My edges of the paper are not white like they should be for cutting it. I took my Tim Holtz Distress Stain Dauber in the walnut and edged all my papers so that it wouldn't have the white showing. And it's a lot easier to do it before you turn them into the cone shape, obviously. So there is that. So I have pre-made a bunch of cones already, and really there's no exact number for how many you need because it just all depends on how much you want to build up. Let me grab, see, like this one, you know, the whole back layer is one size, and then this, the second layer, there's this size, but then I fit some of the smaller ones in, and it's like there's two, then one, then two, then one, then one, then one. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. It's however you want to do it. And then I did take some of the smaller ones and put a couple for a third layer. I didn't go all the way around with those. As you can tell, this was the first one I did. There's only one layer of cone, and it's a lot fatter of a wreath. This was the second one I did, and again, I used 2 layers, but it was all one size and then all one size. And then the third one that I did got a little more liberal with it, and it stands out a little more. Now, how cool would it be to make one of these and leave the center open to stack a candle in? And please don't burn your house down because you put a candle in a paper wreath. Just common sense. Hello. It would look cute. Alright, next I found an old book, which I am getting totes and totes of books in pretty soon, and I will be, I think they are dictionaries or encyclopedias, I don't even know, but when I get them in, I will be posting some on my website for sale because I made cones out of the pages. And what I like about older books is they don't have a lot of images in them, so you get all that great line work going in. I mean, this one, it does have, but it's got its own plates for photos being an older book. So I just ripped sheets out and cut my squares and made these gorgeous paper cones. So here are all the cones that I have pre-made for this project. Now next, I need to make my circle for the backing piece. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to get my hot glue gun warming. Let's see. Maybe, since this is going to have a lot of layers, maybe I'll do like a 4-inch circle. I'm really bad at with this thing, so let's see if I can cut a good circle out. I know this is supposed to make life easier, but for me it kind of makes it harder. Nope. Alright, did alright. Just a little bit off on the end there, but that's fine. Alright, and then, see, here's one. I don't know if you can see, yeah, right there, the white edge of the paper. Just not a fan of that, so I am going to cover it. Alright, now I want, because these are all the orange, I want the black to be on the back so that you get that look on the back. So, and I might make some more cones out of this paper, but use it reversed so they're black. But right now, let's just kind of build this up. So I don't know that I want them to be completely northeast, southwest, but and I might not even use all the cones that I've made. We'll just have to see. Alright, and this I stuck together. And another thing, when you're making cones out of the book page, it's not near as thick. Uh-oh, I might have a problem here. As the cardstock, so the paper or the tape glue will hold on these indefinitely. So let's see, now some smaller. You can see how you just kind of fill them in. So right there looks to me like a good background, or first layer. So now that my gun is not quite hot yet, but see, like I was saying about a candle, you would maybe want to add more, but have a nice hole in the center for a flat place to set a candle. Alright, grab more glue. Alright, I'm going to do what I also kind of like to do, let me find a marker, is mark where, a little, kind of where my center is. Not scientific, it doesn't matter if it's not exactly center. But that way at least I have kind of a shooting ground for where the tips should go on this. Right. So let's start. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I mean, this is paper, so it's going to stick pretty good on its own. And just lay that on there. Yeah, I did put the glue too far up. Oops. But once I have that first one, I usually put the glue on the paper. So you don't want that. Alright, so now, and I found sometimes, even though I lay these out, they end up not fitting, all fitting in once I get to going. Ah.